Hello everyone, Valdor here, and I'm back for some more coverage of the World Cup. So Rubersmoon is still with me. Are you still with me, Rubersmoon? Can we hear you?
Yes, over here. How are you? Again.
Again, and I'm still great. Those were three very exciting games you showed us against Wexcolt in the previous video, and these three promise to be just as good. So you're still playing, as you can change, Zahariel, Raldoron, and Nykona Sharrowkin. If you guys want to see the list, go and check the previous video. Now, as for today, your opponent is Toxicbulb, playing for Kazakhstan, and he runs Valdor, Vulcan, and Horus.
Exactly. Those are his picks. So I was pretty afraid of the Horus in here because I don't really have a good matchup outside of Raldoron into him. But Raldoron, I saw him as a little more vulnerable against Valdor because it can allow him to get his reckoning. And that's pretty important fact to take care.
To take into account, exactly. So we'll see how this goes out. How this plays out, sorry. So, Horus first, and I guess you're not happy about that. You tossed the low color pricing. I guess it's for the frag grenade.
Yeah. And I'm not really looking to use it on curve either because I'm perfectly happy with the spamming ability.
Yeah, and as for turn 4, you already have the knight.
Yeah.
So yeah, no reason to keep that thing.
A matchup where I'm mainly looking to swarm the board or as early as possible and then get an AoE buff or Ramiel as a legendary, but we'll see how it goes.
Yep. So now you put your first troop, and then he goes for the quick fire, and that's actually interesting. Yeah. He completely ignores whatever you may do, and he just wanna kills you as fast as he can. And I do think that he's rushing it a bit. Sorry, you were talking?
Yeah, he's pretty aggressive. It was pretty interesting how he had the energy open to draw a card with Horus ability, and instead he chose to face bans. So, yeah.
And now he just go for the draining sites like that. That's kind of makes no sense to me. Like, either you face bash each and every turn. I don't think that's correct, but that's what he went on in the beginning. But then he decided to draw, and that cost him a draining site. So it's a very weird choice by him.
Well, maybe he drew something interesting. Wasn't planning on using it. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, there might always be things we can't really know. Yeah. It's the issue with having only one point of view, but it will be too hard to set up. Okay, so another mortar strike and he hits face. Oh, yeah.
I was pretty tilted by this point. Like, how can you do that, man?
Yeah. Sometimes the game just wants you to lose.
I'm hoping I draw an AoE buff at some point and I'm getting ready for it, but who knows if I draw it or not.
Yeah, oh, and he kills the Jaeger. He doesn't go full face. So he feels
surprising too.
Yeah, quite surprising too. Because you will be at 6
So at this point
here.
I was like, yeah, I was assuming he had Vengeful Spirit or enough damage to kill me anyway, so he didn't really need the Grogor squad damage. And mainly here I'm looking for Caliban Crusade, Strategic Mastery, or my P alphas, but I managed to find none with my regular draws. So it's gonna be a little harder. Because, as you may know, Horus has some damage from hand and doesn't really need a board to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you mean you play Caliban's Crusade main deck?
Yes, these were some matchups where I felt like mainly the Horus one, and yeah, I don't really play any Chaos cards anyway, so it ends up being a heal 5 for 3. I think I played one Rabbit City in this deck, but that's like not a factor.
Yeah. Okay. Here comes the
So
other
here
model
he
strike.
plays another one of those mortars, and I was like, you can tell me it's gonna hit me again against all 5 of my targets, right? But
Hmm.
fortunately, it doesn't. And then he quick fires the troop, which I don't agree on if he doesn't have lethal. But oh well, let's see.
Yeah. And again, he draws last, which is also surprising. And you go for the double knight.
So yeah, so here what I'm doing is praying to whatever gods or chaos gods or whatever to survive one more turn and kill him with Master Ramil with full board.
Yeah.
But he gets resupply and top decks.
And a second
Chariot of the
chariot.
Gods.
Yeah, that was pretty much the only thing he could draw into. There was Drilling Sight and Vengeful Spirit, I guess, but that was just about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so kinda weird decision making in when to draw and when to go face. But overall it ended up winning for him, so
yeah. Let's not question that. If it works, it works.
If it works, it works, Yeah. Haven't played Horus in a long time, so who am I to question his play? Okay, and now the Valdor.
Exactly. I wasn't confident in the Nykona matchup because the Nassau versus Nykona matchup is super easy, but this one can actually get outraced and outhealed if he runs the precognition cards and draws them.
Yeah, 40 HP, it's a lot.
And he can sustain the Sentinel. The main thing with Nykona and Nassau is you can just chill in stealth, and he loses cards all the time, and he can't do anything at some point. But against Valdor, you can't really do that.
That's true. Can always refill his end. So yeah, also one thing to take into account when you're playing this format is that when you lose the first game, you can toss one of your warlords. You can only win with 2, so your worst warlord you can just completely forget about it and just focus on your 2 strongest. So it's not that uncommon to just play your worst warlord first to hope and sneak the win with it, and if it fails, then you just completely forget about it.
You are right on that one. So here, I'm actually getting a really good curve, and looking into the next turns, I have very good plays. I'm feeling really comfortable. The only thing that's making me a little bit uncomfortable is he's getting kills for his Reckoning pretty easily. But at least he uses Mikhailor here. He loses him. So
that's very good.
I won't have to worry about it anyway in the future.
Yeah, because now he can't OTK you. He needs Reckoning to OTK you.
Yeah, and he needs at least 8 mana to activate it. And if he uses 8 mana, he can't kill me in the same turn. He needs to wait for the next one. So he pretty much needs the both precognition cards to stall. I guess that's his game plan because he's not really gonna come back without Reckoning. So, yeah.
Yeah. So Valdor's Reckoning says every time you kill a troop, reduce the cost of the Reckoning by 2. And that's why he goes for the Informant Network first. Because of course, if he attacks first, then you draw 1 card less. But he really wants to have a cheaper cost for his Reckoning. And he doesn't really care about you having 1 more card in hand.
That's actually the correct play I would make. Because I'm not running out of steam. He's not looking to run me out of steam at any point.
Yep.
He's not gonna win the board. He's just gonna OTK me.
That's
his whole game plan here.
And I completely agree on that.
So here he just uses one of his precognition cards. So that's 1 down. 1 to go.
And now he's kinda calling you on phone, and he's telling you, okay, next turn there is the AoE coming in. It's obvious.
Or is it?
I mean, there should be. Oh no! Wow, that's for the bigger troops. That's actually really interesting, and he does have the second preternatural skill. Okay, very interesting.
All in on that one.
But now the issue is that he's out of it. Oh, and that was. I mean, that doesn't really
Well,
matter, but
not the best play, but well, doesn't matter.
he's not gonna put any damage with his truce whatsoever, so it doesn't matter. It seems bad, but like it doesn't matter at all, actually. So now he's out of precognitions.
So I'm saving the P alpha here. Maybe he doesn't kill me this turn, and I can pull off an extra phase bus with P alpha, but doesn't really matter. If he kills me here, he kills me, and I can't do anything about it. And if he doesn't, he doesn't.
Yeah, because I guess throughout the games you counted the cost of his reckoning, and you were like, okay, so now it's only it's 8. So even with the second reading site, it doesn't really matter. And here, comes in.
Yeah, that was pretty much the only thing I had to keep in mind, the reckoning cost. It worked out. Got pretty scared though with the 2 precognition cards.
Yeah, they're definitely amongst the best Custodes cards. Maybe the best amongst the best cards in the entire game.
Exactly, and maybe with a ridiculous hand like double Halls of Terra, the one that refills your mana completely, he could have killed me there.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
it has some merit as strategy.
Yeah, he would have needed. I guess what he needs to do is double drilling and House of Terra. With all of that, he can kill you. But he played one drilling site already, so you were safe here. Okay, and moving on to the last game. So now
what do we have here?
You can't play Raldoron anymore, and he can't play Horus anymore. So you have to choose between Zahariel and Nykona, and he has to choose between Valdor and who's the last one? I can't really remember. Vulcan.
Vulcan, I believe.
Vulcan, right.
So yeah, I think Zahariel, this one is a pretty good matchup because he can't do anything about the tokens, and I can just kill something for free at some point in the game. So
yeah,
if I don't want him to get Reckoning here, he's never gonna get it with all my duplicities.
True, that's true. And I guess
here we exchange greetings. So yeah,
it's always good to exchange greetings with your opponent. There is this whole emote war in the middle of the game. You need to win the emote war, and not only take your opponent down to 0, right?
Also, his mental down to 0.
Yeah.
So here I get pretty lucky. Well, I was hard mulliganing for the what's its name? The card with that upgrades my token. Yeah, that's extremely good for Curve, and you always want to have it. So here he uses jet bikes to kill the
1/1, which is strange. I guess. Yeah. I guess he wasn't thinking that the knight had duplicitous, and that's why he played counter attack too.
Yeah, I think he missed that one.
And that's very good because having a 3 attack allows him to go for Auric Mortalis. I mean the AoE that deals X point of damage, where X is your attack.
Very important to save it. I don't think he used it for the 1 damage. I think he used it definitely to kill the knight, but
he can't. He couldn't. So we would just go face. Okay, and now you have a very big one. Yeah, basically. I mean, I'm trying to think of something, but he doesn't have the spear on, so there's no way he can OTK you.
And Jetbikes definitely doesn't do it.
Yeah, he's trying though.
Double Jetbikes. That one's a little better.
You mean he has the 2 Jetbikes in hand? Or is it the same one we saw time and time over again?
I honestly wasn't keeping track of the hand. I can't remember at all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wasn't tracking what card was he playing in his hand.
Not that it truly matters in these games. Sometimes it can matter when the games are very, very close, but this is not a close game.
Yeah. Definitely not. So here he uses precognition, and I'm like, well, don't kill me from 30, please.
Yeah, and he's still trying to fight back for the ball. Because he knows he can't kill you. So he's hoping for some miracle with very good AoE. But boom.
Yeah, that. He gets new.
Just imagine if you were playing Sisters of Silence, that would have not been 14. That would have been 6 times 3, 18 points of damage.
Not too shabby.
Not too much. Okay, so that was the third game. So this was your games against Toxicbulb. Thank you, Rubersmoon, for showing them to us. They were not bugged. Thank you for not playing Kezulan. So please, guys, if you want to send me some games, please make sure you don't run Kezulan in your games. That matters, of course, but like it made the previous record a bit buggy. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon with another triple of game.
See you guys.